Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Archie's jaw-dropping bomb, paying for Luna's criminal defense. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, might be off-screen, but she could come back later on. Soaps love to bring back villains, and Yamada really showed off her acting range. In a twist, could Archie Forrester, Joshua Hoffman, begin communicating with an imprisoned Luna? Will Archie decide that he's going to support Luna and even pay for her defense lawyer? Keep reading and let's talk about what could happen next with Luna. B and B spoilers reveal that Luna was arrested after being taken down by Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda. Luna is facing charges of double murder for Tom Starr, Clint Howard, and Paul Hollis Hollister, Hollis W. Chambers. Luna is also charged with kidnapping Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline Messinswood, and keeping her drugged in a cage with the intent of letting her die. Despite Luna seemingly being gone, her photo is still in the credits. The cast is all being very mysterious about Yamada's status on the show. Plus, Naomi recently hinted on Instagram that she was excited to work with Yamada again very soon. Archie was shell-shocked after learning the truth about Luna. Archie patched things up with his rival and another one of Luna's victims, Zende Forrester Dominguez, Delon de Metz. Even weeks later, Archie seems kind of numb about the whole situation. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that after Luna's arrest, Penelope Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, moved out of the Spencer mansion. Despite living apart, Poppy warned Katie Logan, Heather Tom, that she would fight for Bill. Since then, Poppy has been staying with Lai, but fans haven't seen much of her. Poppy is probably still processing Luna's actions, but she could also be trying to help her daughter behind the scenes. Surely as a mother, Poppy will want Luna to get mental health treatment instead of prison. It's interesting how Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, flocked to the Forrester Creations models, but Archie has only been interested in one girl, Luna. Is it possible that after getting over the shock, Archie confronted Luna at the jail? Maybe Archie believes that Luna has a mental illness and needs help rather than prison. Could Poppy and Archie be working together to get Luna the best defense and treatment money can buy? Imagine Steffi's horror if Archie comes out with that hidden bombshell, especially if she finds out after Luna has already been released. That could start a whole new family feud for the Forresters, so stay tuned. In the world of high fashion and fierce rivalries, few surprises pack a punch like the bomb Archie Forrester is about to drop. His quiet return to the Forrester fold had seemed like a peaceful one, keeping a low profile and avoiding the power struggles that had long plagued his family. But all that changes when Archie reveals a secret that leaves his loved ones reeling, and Luna, his new love interest, at the center of a scandal that threatens to destroy everything. Archie Forrester's return to Forrester Creations had been unexpected, but not unwelcome. The youngest Forrester son had long preferred a life away from the chaos of the fashion world, focusing on his personal passions like photography and social media. When he came back to Los Angeles, everyone expected he'd quietly work alongside his family, content with being the fun, unassuming kid brother. No one predicted that Archie's relationship with the mysterious Luna would cause such an uproar. Luna had entered Archie's life like a whirlwind. She wasn't part of the high society circles or the glamorous life Forrester Creations embodied. In fact, no one really knew where Luna came from. Her past was shrouded in mystery. But Archie fell for her fast and hard, captivated by her free spirit and artistic soul. The rest of the family, however, was skeptical. Brooke, in particular, had her reservations, worried that Luna was hiding something major. As it turns out, Brooke was right. The first signs of trouble came when rumors began swirling about Luna's past. Whispers of a life far removed from the free-spirited artist Archie had fallen in love with were spreading like wildfire. Luna had a criminal record, one that she had been desperately trying to leave behind. But secrets like those don't stay buried for long in a world where everyone's watching. When word reached the Forresters, Archie found himself at the center of a maelstrom of scandal, with Luna's criminal history threatening to ruin everything. The bombshell Archie dropped on his family wasn't just that Luna had a criminal past. It was that she was being accused of a crime she swears she didn't commit. A crime that could land her in prison for years. Luna's history wasn't pretty, but Archie believed her when she said she had turned her life around. Now she was being framed for something she had no part in. But without anyone to defend her, Luna was helpless against the forces trying to take her down. That's when Archie made the boldest decision of his life. He was going to pay for Luna's criminal defense. It didn't take long for the family to react, and their reactions were explosive. Ridge, who had been so proud of Archie for finding his way back to the family business, was furious. He couldn't believe Archie would entangle himself with someone whose past was so dangerous, let alone put the Forrester name on the line by paying for her defense. To Ridge, it was a betrayal of everything the family stood for. He demanded that Archie distance himself from Luna before her troubles brought more scandal to the family. But Archie stood his ground. For once, the youngest Forrester wasn't content to simply fade into the background. He loved Luna, and he believed in her innocence. While this family wanted to protect their image, Archie was determined to stand by her side, no matter the cost. Even if it meant going head-to-head with Ridge and risking his place within the Forrester dynasty, Archie wasn't going to abandon the woman he cared about. The situation with Luna was more complex than any of them had realized. The crime she was being accused of was tied to powerful players in Los Angeles, people who had connections deep within both the business world and the criminal underworld. These weren't just minor charges. Luna was facing a trial that could expose the dark side of the glittering life that surrounded Forrester Creations. Brooke, torn between her instincts to protect her son and her fear that Luna was using Archie, was caught in the middle. She had always been a fierce defender of her children, but this time was different. Luna wasn't just any girlfriend. She was someone with a history that could unravel everything they had worked so hard to build. Brooke wasn't convinced that Archie truly understood the full extent of what he was getting himself into. But she also knew her son, and she knew that when Archie set his mind to something, he wouldn't back down. Meanwhile, Luna's case took a shocking turn. The more Archie dug into the details, the more he realized that the crime Luna was accused of wasn't just some random act of violence. It was connected to a dangerous web of deceit that ran through the very heart of Los Angeles elite. Luna wasn't just some unlucky artist who had gotten caught up in the wrong crowd. She was a target, framed by people who wanted to keep their own secrets buried. As Archie scrambled to find the best legal defense for Luna, he discovered something even more startling. Some of the key players involved in the case had ties to Forrester Creations' biggest competitors. Was this an elaborate plot to bring down his family's empire, using Luna as a pawn in a much bigger game? The stakes had never been higher for RJ. Not only was he risking his family's reputation, but his own heart was on the line. If he couldn't prove Luna's innocence, he stood to lose everything: his place in the family, his career at Forrester Creations, and the woman he loved. The tension between RJ and Ridge reached a boiling point, as Ridge made it clear that if RJ continued down this path, there would be consequences. For Ridge, this wasn't just about Luna, it was about RJ's future within the Forrester legacy. He couldn't understand why RJ was willing to throw it all away for someone who could bring nothing but trouble. But RJ saw things differently. He was tired of living in the shadow of his family's expectations. This was his chance to step out on his own, to make a stand for something he believed in, even if it meant going against everything he had ever known. As the trial date loomed closer, RJ found himself facing more pressure than ever. The fashion world was watching, the media was circling, and the Forrester family was on the verge of fracturing under the weight of the scandal. But Archie remained steadfast, determined to clear Luna's name and prove that love could conquer even the darkest of secrets. In a world where image is everything, Archie Forrester is about to learn just how far he's willing to go to protect the woman he loves and what it means to truly pay the price for loyalty.